Meteorologist John Burchfield here with the first Climate Friday newsletter of the month of February. Thanks for taking a few minutes out of your time to tune in on WTOL 11 Plus, on YouTube, or on our website. Hard to believe we're already past the halfway point of the winter season. Now that we've got December and January in the books, it's time to recap. On Climate Friday, we've been updating you on where we stand in terms of those temperatures and snowfall. And thus far, it's been an unseasonably mild winter with very minimal snowfall. Now, we finally did get a decent snowstorm last week, but where do we stand and where are we going forward into the month of February? We'll answer those questions in this week's Climate Friday newsletter, looking ahead to the month of February and recapping where we have come over the last 2 months since winter officially commenced. Now, it's been a while, but let's start things off by recapping the month of December. We did have that cold burst right before Christmas, but overall, not much to speak of in terms of snowfall in the month of December, just a hair over 1 inch of snow accumulation. Part of the reason we had such little snow is because temperatures were above freezing. When it's that mild, it's difficult to get precipitation in the form of frozen snow, and a lot of it came in terms of rain. We were 1 degree milder than average during the month of December, and our normal monthly snowfall in December is over half a foot of snow. We were well shy of that with just 1.2 inches of accumulation. Now, in more recent memory, let's talk January. We finally got a good snowfall. It was that heavy, wet packing snow. We totaled up to nearly 8 inches of snowfall during January. Now, even though that sounds like a decent amount of snow, January is statistically our snowiest month of the year. In other words, most of the time, January is when the bulk of the snow occurs. A typical January features over 1 foot of snowfall, so we were over 4 inches below that. Now, the number that really strikes me the most, and you may be interested in as well, is the temperatures. We were 7.6, almost 8 degrees warmer than average. Our normal or average temperature this month was 35 degrees, and that factors in the morning lows and the daytime highs. When you look at just those daytime highs, we were near 40 degrees this month. The red days on our calendar show you days that were warmer than average, and the blue days, you'll find only 1, 2, 3 of them. Only 3 days all month were colder than normal. An abundance of red days reflects that mild January, and when it was so warm, hard to get much in the way of snow accumulation. Only a handful of those colder days did provide opportunities to get a bit of snow, let alone have it stick around. So January extremes. We did see some ups and downs, some temperature fluctuations. We saved the coldest for the last. January 31st, the last day of the month, brought our coldest temperatures of the season. If you're an early riser, you likely felt those single-digit temperatures. We had some incredible warmth to begin January right after New Year's. We hit the 60-degree mark and recorded a 61-degree day. That happened on January 4th. We had some ups and downs this month, to say the least. Now, our biggest snowfall of the season so far, even though we got some snow, which is saying something for this winter's standards, it really wasn't all that much. We saw widespread 4 to 5 inch amounts. That was January 5th, 25th. And you may remember that heavy, wet snow occurred in the last week of January. That was our biggest snowfall of the season so far. Not even 5 inches accumulated at Toledo Express Airport. Now, one other characteristic of January, and this is pretty typical of the winter months, is lots and lots of cloud cover. During the winter, sunshine is a little harder to come by, and we had a whopping 20 cloudy days during the month of January. Partly cloudy days stacked up to 8, and we only had 3 days with full-on clear, sunny skies. Hope you can appreciate a little bit of this early February sunshine while it lasts. So where are we all winter so far? Snowfall is not even 10 inches, and that puts us almost a foot below normal. Even with that recent snowfall, we are still well below average, 11.1 inches. Under where we should be for the winter. Now, more characteristic of a La Nina winter is the precipitation, and that comes in all forms. That includes the liquid rain, the wintry mix, and the melted snow. We're at a little over 5 inches so far this season, and that actually puts us above average. So we're above average in rainfall, well below average in terms of snowfall, and we've got some ground to make up, to say the least. So going forward into February, what can you expect? That WTOL 11 weather forecast, always updated online and on our free WTOL 11 weather app. We are expecting milder conditions starting this weekend and heading into next week. Just how mild is it going to be? We're going to be near 40 degrees, and even a couple days next week could creep close to 50 degrees. The entire Great Lakes region is going to be warmer than average, and if you look out towards the eastern seaboard, and if you look to the west of us as well, St. Louis, Minneapolis, all of these big cities in the Midwest are going to experience milder than normal conditions. Now, the spring countdown has begun. These sunny days sure get you excited for spring. If you're watching this on Friday, our Climate Friday newsletter comes out every Friday. Of course, spring is just 45 days away, and we have that to look forward to. Now, there is still a reminder that we're not done with winter just yet, and oftentimes February brings us a big snowfall. Now, even though statistically January is our biggest snowfall month of the year, the last 2 years have proven to be otherwise, bringing that biggest snowstorm in February. Let's start with 2021. We had over 14 inches of accumulation. That historic snowstorm came just after Valentine's Day. The 15th through the 16th of the month brought us that impeccable snowfall. Now, looking towards the year after, 2022 brought us over a foot of accumulation as well. That one happened a little earlier in the month, February 2nd into February 3rd. We got another big snowmaker. So 2 years in a row, we've gotten our biggest snowstorm of the year during the month of February. Now, that snow is not likely to happen in the next week just because of how mild we're going to be with temperatures in the 40s. Can't really get any snow, let alone accumulation. But will we get a big snowstorm? Time will tell, and there is still the chance for the latter half of February to do a pattern flip and bring us the return of some colder conditions. As February unfolds and we wrap up this third month of the winter season, the WTOL 11 weather team will keep you updated. And if you're not already subscribed to the Climate Friday newsletter, just head to our website, WTOL.com/email. We'll keep you updated each and every Friday with the very latest. Thanks for tuning in.